afternoon, my name is Bonnie Renault. I will be going over the process of how to remove stains from fabric. I unfortunately spend a lot of time doing laundry at my house with 4 kids and a mechanic as a husband. Different types of stains require different applications for successful stain remover. I will be discussing what products should be used in different scenarios depending on what the stain consists of, how long it has been there, and what you already have at home. The most basic way to remove a stain is to pre-treat with a store-bought product, such as spray and wash, or shout. They even have these handy bottles with the scrub tops. You just scrub the stain right out. Any brand will work. If you don't have any store-bought products at home, you can remove stain using hydrogen peroxide, WD-40, or lemon juice, just to name a few. Also, for very tough set-in stains, although it sounds strange, you can use cornstarch, vegetable oil, or powdered detergent, depending on the type of stain that you're dealing with. Now I will begin to explain how these products are used and the various ways you can use them depending on what type of stain you're dealing with. It's a really good idea to have a store-bought product on hand because you never know when stains are going to happen. Stains happen when you least expect them, and it's better to just go ahead and be prepared instead of being surprised. The first step to proactive stain removal is scrubbing the spot with soapy water and rinsing immediately. As soon as you notice the spot, just go and take it to the sink, put a little soap on it, dish detergent will be fine. Wash out as much as you can and rinse it off. After that, you can apply the store-bought products we talked about. One of my favorites is Shout. You just open the bottle, put a little right on the fabric, and scrub it out like this. Now you want to let that set in for a few minutes before you try and wash it. Once you're satisfied that it's sat in for a few minutes, you can go ahead and wash the fabric just like normal. Just be sure that once you get out of the washer, you want to check to see that the stain has actually been removed. Because once you put it in a dryer, it is much more difficult to remove the stain from the fabric. So you just want to be careful and check on that. If the spot is still there, you can just go ahead and repeat the same process. You can either try using the same kind of stain remover that you were and let it set in a little bit longer, or you can go ahead and try a different product and see if that helps remove the stain easier. If you don't have any store-bought products handy, there's an assortment of things you can use at home, or you already have. Hydrogen peroxide works especially well to remove blood stains. You just rinse out as much blood as you can, and you just pour the hydrogen peroxide on, and it'll just bubble the stain out essentially. Peroxide breaks down when exposed to air, so it won't require you to rinse it after you've already applied it to the fabric. Once most of the blood has been removed, you can just go ahead and wash like usual, and again, take careful care to make sure that it's been removed completely before you move on to drying. WD-40, although it sounds very strange, can also be used to remove stains, especially things like ink and crayon marks. WD-40 has degreasing agents that break down these oils when they're put on stains. You don't have to pre-rinse this time, but you want to take and spray the area with a thick layer of WD-40. Off-brand works just as well too. You spray it down, and you want to blot out as much as you can out of the fabric. Once you blot it out, you can just proceed to washing, and once again, make sure you check the washer before you continue to dry. Lemon juice also works well. Scientists aren't really sure what causes it to remove stains other than possibly the acids work with it. You want to take the fabric, usually from the back side of the stain, squeeze a half a lemon on top, turn it over, blot out as much as you can, go ahead and proceed to washing, and then just make sure you don't dry until the stain is completely removed. Cornstarch quickly removes grease from fabric. You can just use a cornstarch such as this. Any brand will work. You just want to apply a generous layer onto the fabric, let it sit for 15 minutes, and then brush it away. And you'd be surprised how much grease is absorbed. You might have to follow that up with a spray and wash or something like that, but you can just take the thickness of the grease or oil right out of it. Laundry detergent can be used to remove stubborn stains as well. Once a stain is stubborn and set just take equal parts of laundry detergents, usually powder, and mix it with water. Just want to make a paste. You want to use some gloves because those chemicals can be awfully harsh on your hands. And you just brush it right into the fabric with the toothbrush. You want to let it sit there for 2 hours and then continue with the washing process. Stains can be a real pain, but if you know how to treat them, most fabrics can be salvaged, saving you a trip to the store to buy something new. I would much rather recycle something than have to replace it. Remember to first analyze the stain, decide which course of treatment you would like to use, and most importantly, don't dry it until you're sure the stain has removed. Thank you for listening, and good luck in your future laundry endeavors.